it's crazy that we're trying to cancel Harrison Butker, but not Rashee Rice. And then I get all these race baiters in my DMs talking about, oh, where's the shut up and dribble folks? And I go, what do you mean? Well, we told LeBron to shut up and dribble when he came out. I go, first of all, I didn't, number one. Number two is I really could give a fuck less about what LeBron said. And number three, guess what? You pick and choose when you want to say something. I'm always a truth teller. I don't give a fuck who tells it. If LeBron came out and said that shit, I would give a fuck. I said, hey, LeBron, good shit. But he didn't. I will
get and challenge these individuals that say Harrison Butker. Find where in that speech he said anything about what you're saying he said. He didn't say that. He said, while you're out getting your raises and everything, don't forget being a mother's super important. Because remember, the same people that are telling you it's misogynistic are the same ones. This is what I don't understand about women. I've never understood this. The same people that are saying this is misogynistic are the same ones that are saying, you got to spoil me. You got to take care of me if you want to be with me. All that getting a job shit goes out the window real quick.
The Chiefs
give me a fucking break, man.
A former Chiefs player's wife came out and said he's anti-LGBTQ, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? I am too.
So?
I am too. And guess what? LGBTQ is anti-raising our children correctly. Is there a problem? Is anyone fucking coming out against that? So I did a video, Jeff, and I want to show it real quick on this whole take because I did a video yesterday that's blowing up on TikTok right now. And go ahead and show it, Bailey. These soft pussies in Kansas City, the Queendoms, the Chiefs Queendoms, have tried to get this kicker kicked out of the league. Can you believe this bullshit? But we got felons who hit women, who fucking assault women, who can sit there and continue to play in professional sports. But when this guy goes and uses his fucking freedom of speech, the right to have his freedom of speech, he goes out there and talks. And what's on his mind, his opinion, and tells the truth, by the way, all the fucking soft Karens now want to cancel him. Fuck you, cancel culture motherfuckers, man. You guys are the fucking worst thing ever. Stop fucking falling for everything and stand for something, America. God damn, you motherfuckers are soft. Jeff, I got to be honest. When you're not, so here's a take I have because I think we have a huge misunderstanding what's going on. First of all, I love lesbians and I just miss straight up lesbians. I just want lesbians back because I think lesbians are the greatest thing on earth. I want them back. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. I want to be clear. I think when they say you're anti-LGBTQ alphabet mafia, I think it means that when they say that, it's talking to you because you're not gay. Like, if you're not gay, you're anti-LGBTQ. Like, that's what the fuck they say. And I'm so tired of hearing these motherfuckers just because you're not gay.
Also, in the speech, where does he say?
He doesn't.
Screw your degrees. You should be at home cooking meals and being a mother. Nowhere did he say that. And number two, remember this. It almost sounds a bit racist, doesn't it? That we're making a big deal about Harrison Butker, but these same people had no issue talking about Tyreek. They didn't talk about Tyreek Hill. Seems a bit racist, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what they came at me about. They came at me about it. Oh, now come see me. You're a Trumper. I'm not a Trumper, by the way, A. And the B, by the way, because I speak the truth and tell my opinion, which Butker just did, spoke his opinion. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't fucking matter. Guess what? You can say your opinion in this country. Well, you used to be able to. And so now.
No, not you. Listen.
Yeah, not anymore.
That's not true. No, you can. And number two, you will be placed into a box immediately. And you know what you'll hear? You know what I hear every time I say this? Because I think what he said was brilliant. Remember, we behaved. This was a normal thing in the 50s. Your wife stayed home. She cooked. She took care of you home. It was a normal thing. It was an accepted. We were the strongest country in the world when this was going on. Now, all of a sudden, it's misogynistic. If your
But
girl
by the
stays
way,
home.
he didn't even say that, though. That's what the crazy part is. He really didn't even say that. What he said was, if you really read through the fine line, which the people won't do, they'll take a clickbait and they'll take a fucking vertical.
But why are we so worried about what other people are doing? If a woman wants to stay home, let them. Who the fuck are you to say it's whatever?
Are they mentioning? Do these idiots understand that this is a fucking millionaire that has the ability to stay home because of what her husband does? He did not say everybody needs to go home and stay home. He said basically that women in this world, the last time I checked, Jeff, that aren't women supposedly like the big time family contributor? They're the family nurturer. Isn't women? Aren't that's what they claim to be anyway? That's what they say.
This is why.
Why is that so?
This is why I don't even entertain it anymore. Like, I don't want women like this. Like, fuck off. Go do what you want. You're not for me. Beat it. Like, I just don't even deal with it anymore. Like, go ahead. Do what you want.
Here's the thing about it. People bitch and moan about athletes talking about politics. And then they bitch and moan about them not talking about politics. And then they come out and say, I miss when athletes never talked about politics. And then when they don't come out, they come out and say, why is LeBron not coming out and helping out the community? Why isn't he talking about the deaths that are happening in inner city Philly and Chicago and Oakland? Which one is it? Do you want him to talk about politics or do you want him to stay out of it? This, by the way, just so we're clear, this motherfucker was invited to speak. He didn't force his way into the goddamn ceremony and put a cap and gown on and say, hey, motherfuckers, I'm going to give you a speech. No, they invited this dude. And you know what the funny thing is? This is how cancel culture works. It's never the fucking people that are directly affected by the talk. This guy spoke at Benedictine College, and not one person in the crowd was affected or offended. Not one person there. It was a Catholic university that not one person was affected by and didn't give a fuck less. It's the Karens, the white liberal broads, and everybody outside that want to come out and cancel him.
Yeah,
similar,
Jeff,
similar to the Redskins, Jeff. So not one fucking Native Indian wanted the Redskins' name to be taken, and every Native Indian wants the Redskins' name back. But the white liberal broad and the left want that canceled. Now, what? Make it make sense, man. Like,
but remember too, and that's a great point of context where the speech was. The speech was at an all-Catholic university or college, which most people there were men. That's just the demographic of it. And I'm just going to bring this up.
No, women.
I mean, no one mentioned when Louis Farrakhan would go to colleges and say that people need to, take on the black nationalism bit. Remember that? I mean, that used to happen. Nobody had outrage over that, right? Nobody has outrage. I mean, be real.
You know what it is? It's crazy, though. But we could have a broad who defends Biden, who's a Biden defender, and has come out and said very controversial things to us as men, as athletes. And the person I'm talking about, again, in the Chiefs fucking Queendom fan base, Taylor Swift has come out and become an overnight sensation, bigger than she already was, with Travis Kelce for pushing a shot that we now know killed millions of Americans. And we're okay with that. Let's not worry about that. Let's cancel the kicker, though. Let's cancel the fucking kicker after Kareem Hunt beat a bitch, after Tyreek Hill has 10 baby mamas and beats bitches, and let's cancel the kicker. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's unbelievable. And I know cats like D Jones in the chat, and I know real brothers that I grew up with all asked for Rashee Rice to be thrown in jail for what he did. Like, real recognizes real. Let's not get it twisted. So it's not a black and white thing. Like, I know a lot of brothers that are like, fuck Rashee Rice. He makes fucking my motherfucking ass look bad. This dumb motherfucker walked away. I'd have beat his ass if it was my kid in the car. So I understand it. But, and I'm not pegging this thing on white or black or whatever. What I want to say is, though, why has this fan base continued to fucking pick and choose what they like and don't like, and nobody calls them out. I'm trying to figure out why nobody calls this fucking fan base out, because they've won 2 Super Bowls, Jeff, in a row.
We've talked about the hypocrisy of fans. They'll let anything happen. They'll let anything slide. As long as that guy goes out and catches the football this week and does a good job of it, I don't care what he does. I don't care if he beats his pregnant girlfriend. I don't care if he pushes someone into a path of an oncoming train. I don't care if he decapitates someone live on camera. As long as he catches footballs on Saturday or Sunday, I'm good. Let's reverse. Let's go back to what Butker actually said. Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess majority of you are most excited about your marriage and children you will bring into the world. Nothing about that is anti-women. None of it. He's continuing to push the thought that a nuclear family is important, because guess what? It is. And it has destroyed this country because we don't have that anymore. The truth of the matter is, if you have both parents in your life throughout your adolescence and teenage years, you are generally more successful. That's just a fact.
Jeff, they want this to be a black and white thing. They want black.
They want it to be a woman and man thing. And
they want blacks and whites to fight like they've been wanting them to fight forever. And this is why they do it. And the bottom line is, there's too many people that I know that move together that are black and white that could give a fuck less. It's what they push on us to make people hate each other more than they're. Now, there's pro-black and there's pro-white racist fuck. We have both sides of it, but there's very far and few between the good people that actually give a fuck less and just want to raise their kids and actually get along with folks and move around without having to keep her head on a fucking swivel and look around and see who's trying to rob my grandma, my mama, my sister, who's trying to fucking hit me over the head with a bat, what illegals we got coming in the country, that all this shit. Like, it's not black and white. We got a much bigger issue going on. But what I took away from Buckner was this, and we'll move on. He's saying don't become part of the Joneses. Don't keep up with the Joneses. Just because the women now says, I don't want to eat at Cheesecake Factory and that I am the breadwinner, doesn't mean you have to work that way. There's still good nuclear families that can actually have a mother go home and work at home and stay at home and actually be a mother, and she still works fine.
And what he's also telling you is, don't believe this status quo shit they're trying to feed you, this diabolical shit that you need to shake your ass on camera to have success. You can't just be a regular one. This is the problem with society. This is where, and it doesn't surprise me, but this is why, luckily, you have your house, I have mine. We can still keep the values that we want alive. And that's shame on any of you, because nowhere did he say any of the shit you're saying, but.
And they're trying to take it away from us, even that part. I'm just telling you right now. If you haven't noticed what's happening, there's a lot going on. Like
I will continue to say this. The biggest detriment to civilized society today is Western ideology. It has destroyed this country. And remember, this is why countries are flourishing in the East, because they have declined our way of life because it sucks and it will never work. It has destroyed the fabric of this country and others in the West, and it's an extreme problem. That's why none of the rest of the world accept this shit. Look at the countries that accept Western society. They're shit shows.
What happened is it's been that way because we're dictators, contrary to belief. Let's keep it real. This government has been dictatorship. We want to talk about that we're not. We are. We've been dictators for a long time. If we weren't dictators, we wouldn't control and have bases in everyone else's countries.